Gertrude, have I told you that my daughter is going to have a third baby and she's going to be calling her Debbie?
Debbie. Oh my, when I think of the wonderful names of my childhood friends, such as Isabel, Matilda, or Josephine.
Josephine.
Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up she goes, up she goes. Balance yourself like a bird on a beam in the air she goes, there she goes, up, up, a little bit higher. Oh my, the roof is on fire. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up, up and away.
Never in my life have I made a public exhibition of myself. Never. That was going to be my epitaph, and it would have made a fitting memorial, and now I've blown it all to the wind. Why I had to join you in that absurd song?
No, no, Clara, you were wonderful.
That absurd song drained me of every ounce of dignity. I can feel every single eye in the place staring at us. I am totally mortified.
They hardly noticed.
Gertrude, eat your custard so we can leave. We'll never be able to come back here again.
Oh, I don't really like custard, but Henry loved it. So it takes me close to Henry, and so I eat it.
Probably better for you than Henry was.
Don't look now, Clara, but Albert Hogarth is in the line, and he's looking this way. Don't look. Oh, I think he's seen me, but not you yet. He doesn't give a whit about me. It's you he wants, Clara.
You'd think he'd have some sense at his age. Why, he must be 90.
Now, Clara, be charitable. He's only lonely. He just wants company.
No man just likes your company. Why, I once went with him to a travelogue, and we were no sooner flying over the Andes than his hand reached over into my lap and took my hand in his. Oh, the mush of it all.
I can't find him without my other glasses, Clara. Oh, I know. I have my magnifying glass. Shall I use that? I use it for looking at price tags.
Good God, Gertrude, put that magnifying glass away. You can't search for people with a magnifying glass.
If I ever thought I'd still be scolded at my age, treated like a child.
Well, you act like one.
Oh, if I knew then what I know now.
Just keep it up, let yourself wander down memory lane. They'll put you in a rest home, that's what they'll do, and you won't be able to manage your own affairs.
I don't have affairs.
And when they ask me if you're incompetent, I'll tell them.
What'll you tell them?
I'll tell them you're not to be trusted.
Who is?
Trust me, Gertrude. You can trust me.
I didn't trust you when you were 40, Clara.
What a horrible thing to say. After all these years of devotion I've given you.
You used to repeat everything I told you in confidence to Henry. I know you did, Clara. Henry said so.
Well, why did you keep telling me things then, Gertrude?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to see how far you and Henry would go. I so wanted him to like you.
You mean you think that Henry didn't like me? Did he tell you that?
Don't get upset, Clara. He said in the beginning that he didn't, to throw me off the track. Later, he told me he loved you.
And you didn't leave him?
No, no. I was going to, but I decided against it.
But why?
Well, I figured there was always an end to everything. End of happiness, end of suffering, end of love. And I thought if I could just last long enough, I'd outlive your love. And I did.
My secret, the one secret I was taking with me to the grave, you've stolen. Oh, Gertrude, how could you?
Clara, my dear Clara, my friend,
I haven't meant to hurt you. I thought it'd bring us closer. And I figured out that you'd probably live much longer than Henry. And while I was sure I could continue my life without a husband, because I'd spent a good portion of it without one, I really wasn't sure about continuing my life without a friend. And it's one of the few decisions I've made that I still think was right.
After all these years you've known, and you placed all of your faith in a friend like me, and I've been so untruthful.
No, you haven't.
Of course I have. Henry and I loved each other right up until his death.
Yes, and you'll be my friend right up to mine.
Gertrude, have you no pride? Do you realize that Henry, even on his deathbed, professed his love for me? And he even asked me to look after you like a favorite pet.
How nice.
Doesn't it matter to you that your husband and your dearest friend were loving behind your back?
Love is so rare. Who am I to criticize when it's found? I'm happy to know that Henry discovered it before he died. And to think he found it so close to home. Henry never did wander far from home. He loved my meatloaf, my muffins, my friends.
Oh, to think, I thought I knew every hair on your head.
Did you tell Henry you'd meet him in heaven too?
Oh, Gertrude, it was so long ago I don't remember what I told him.
Well, no matter, Clara. What's done is, well, better to know whatever's to know, eh, Clara? After all, there's only so much room behind my back.
Gertrude, there's always room for two behind anyone's back. Henry and we wouldn't hide anymore. We didn't mean...
Getting too old to hide, Clara?
I needn't remind you. You know exactly how old I am. Why, you were practically walking on before I saw my first day.
Oh, 16 months, and she's trying to tell me that I'm old enough. She's trying to tell me I lost Henry to a younger woman.
I'm simply trying to say that I'm old enough and you're old enough to know the truth.
That's what I say. You're old enough to trust me now. I wonder what's happened to Henry.
Well, Henry is gone.
But his love, is it with him?
I doubt it. You can't bury love.
But if love isn't in heaven, wherever is it, Clara?
It's somewhere around. Something different, dear, than we suspected.
Oh, God, I don't care what it is, as long as I know it when it happens.
Maybe that's the difference, Gertrude. We'll know it.
Didn't you and Henry know, Clara?
I'm embarrassed to tell.
Oh, go ahead anyway. Be embarrassed. It's good for your circulation.
I don't think Henry and I knew it so much as we deduced it. You know what I mean?
No.
Well, Henry and I knew we hadn't found it elsewhere. So we got the idea that we had it. You know, if you can't find the pea under the other walnut shell, you deduce that it's under yours.
That's what I wanted to know, Clara. Did Henry look under your walnut shell?
No.
Why?
Because we were afraid to.
Afraid of me?
No, afraid the pea wasn't there.
That's all I wanted to know. It was the one part I wanted to know. I knew you and Henry did a heck of a lot of talking, but I didn't know about the other. Now I'll never mention it again.
Well, I don't mind talking about it anymore. In fact, it'd be a relief.
Huh. I think I'd be a bloody bore.
My story of our unfulfilled love bores you? Well, of all the heartless creatures I've ever known.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me. And that includes yours and Henry's. Hee-ha, so there.
I found it very difficult to keep my promise to Henry. If only he could have heard you today. It's I who need the care.
Why, Clara, I thought the moment would never come when you'd say that to me.
Well, I didn't specify.
After all these years, you need me.
Well, I didn't specify whom I needed.
Pick me, Clara. Pick me. Who else but me, your best friend?
I need the care of poor Gertrude, who can barely maneuver across the street. Poor Gertrude, my love's wife. When the light turns red, you'll probably push me off some sidewalk.
Clara, you've trusted my ignorance this long. Our last few years won't matter for more. I know no more than I did, and perhaps a little less. I'm not angry. I couldn't be. We're on a desert island together, Clara, and I couldn't hate the only other survivor.